first and only dark skin activist. I'm live from my bed. Yes, I'm live from my bed. Good morning, y'all. I know y'all probably like, what in the is going on here? Well, I'm gonna talk about some things as it comes to my mind. And sometimes some things come to my mind when I'm laying in my bed and when I first get up in the morning. First of all, I like to say to everybody, I hope you all are having a good morning wherever you are. I hope you got good rest last night. And I hope you have a real good, productive day. Yeah, so I'm still kind of sleepy. Actually, very tired. Worked very hard yesterday. That's why I'm still in the bed this morning. Got to get up and do a few things. Get some stuff done later on. But got some things on my mind, and I'm gonna give you guys a minute to realize I'm here before I start talking, running my mouth about the meat of the subject. Because as you guys know, sometimes YouTube does not send out my notifications to everybody. So it takes people a little minute to realize that I'm actually here. Good morning, Quantrell. You're first in the building. Good morning, Quantrell. How you doing? Hope you're having a great morning. Good morning, y'all. That's right, I'm still the world's first and only dark-skinned activist now. And I'm still the reason why anybody is talking about dark skin, okay? That's not changing. That's never changed. I don't care if I am broadcasting live from my bed. Oh, Lord, this bed feels so good, y'all. The covers feel so good. Jeez. Fresh sheets, fresh blanket. Washed clothes yesterday, and it's my it ain't nothing like having fresh sheets and pillowcases, y'all. That's one of the beauties and comforts, simple comforts of life. Dang, every time I get ready to talk to y'all, somebody be calling me. I believe these people be watching me when I go live, y'all. Good morning, Bella, brother Beast. Shout out to you from Indonesia. Good morning. Yes, and special shout out to Quantrell. Oh, I'm saying your name right, Quantrell, for being the first. Hey, Kaylee. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. God bless all of y'all. Big love to y'all. Thank y'all for coming up on here supporting me as I broadcast live from in my bed. Yeah. Y'all see me in all my elements. Yesterday I was at the park doing my exercise. I woke up yesterday early, y'all. That's why I was out at the park early. Sometimes I switch up my routine. Sometimes I might get up. Thank you, Kaylee, for subscribing. Appreciate you. Sometimes I might get up early and go work out. And then sometimes my body just be like, girl, you need to sleep. So I have learned to listen to my body. Listen to my body. Okay, Buck, Sis, Shorts, or whatever your name is. You trying to come on here taking shots at me, trying to call me a man and calling me Kobe. That's darkism too. You're committing darkism against me right now, Buck, Sis, Shorts. I'm not no man. God created me to be a woman, so stop. Let me just stop you right there with the foolishness, cause you want to come up on here and start mess with me. You know, I'm on here talking to my people, giving y'all a good word, telling y'all what's on my heart. First thing in the morning, and here we go. But you know what? God love you too. Buck Sis Shorts or whatever your name is. God love you too. You could do all that. You could do all that. But you know what? That doesn't segue me into my talk. Let me just go on and get started with people like Buck Sis Shorts. Is one of the reasons why I support antinatalism. Hey Royce M. You do. Buck Sis Shorts, I'm not no man. I'm offended by that. That's darkism. Sitting up. Why are you calling me Kobe? Why are you doing that? You sitting up here calling me a man, calling me Kobe, is darkism. It's an attack on me and my femininity as a dark-skinned black woman. And that's what's been going on my entire life, y'all. And this is why, as beautiful as dark skin is, I would not wish being dark skinned on anybody because of the attacks that we're always under. And this is why, another one of the reasons why antinatalism is good for dark skinned people. Okay? Because of Buck Sis Shorts coming up on here saying stuff to me like calling me a man. I'm not no man. You are attacking me. You're attacking me as a dark-skinned woman. You are attacking my femininity. I'm not no man. Why is you calling me a man? Because I'm dark-skinned? That's the reason why. I am not no man. God created me to be a woman, and that's what I am, and that's what I accept. And by you sitting up here trying to be funny and talking about Kobe or whatever you said in your earlier comment, that's darkism. And it's wrong. It's darkism. It's darkism. It is, y'all. And this is the type of stuff that dark-skinned people go through, y'all. This is the type of stuff that dark-skinned women go through. And this is why antinatalism is an actual humanitarian movement for dark-skinned people. Antinatalism is actually humanitarian for all people. It is a way to prevent suffering. Buck Sis Shorts, your comment is a part of my suffering. It's one of the reasons why I suffer as a human being on this earth, because of attacks that I have had to suffer. I have been attacked for being dark-skinned my whole entire life. And it started when I was a baby, when I was a black dark-skinned baby coming into this world, not knowing what the hell I was getting myself into, not knowing that I would grow up, and because of the color of my skin, people was going to come for me with all kinds of different attacks. And to this day, you just sat here and proved why I would not wish being a dark-skinned person, being a dark-skinned woman, on my worst enemy, because you're going to suffer. Now, all human beings that come on earth suffer. I would never sit here and say that it's just dark-skinned people or dark-skinned women that suffer. But because everybody that watches my channel knows that I am the world's first and only dark-skinned activist, even people been trying to steal from me and copy me and plagiarize my thoughts and ideas and philosophy. You are not the dark-skinned activist. It's only one dark-skinned activist, and that is RASHIDA STROBER. Okay? Even though, you know, I understand that all humans suffer. Anybody that's born on this earth, it don't matter what color they are, they're going to suffer. But because I'm the dark-skinned activist and I deal with primarily the oppression and sufferings of dark-skinned people, that's why I talk about dark-skinned suffering. Okay? Birdhouse 212, I never said that all people are racist. Okay? I'm never going to say that, because I don't believe that all people are racist. Birdhouse 212. That is not what I'm saying at all. I would be sitting up here lying if it ever came out of my mouth and I ever said, well, everybody on earth is racist. I would be lying, because I don't believe that. I do believe that there's some decent human beings on this earth. I do believe that there's some kind, moral, ethical, upright human beings on the earth. But I'm going to tell you like this. I'm going to tell you what the truth, Birdhouse 212. There's not enough for me to not be anti-natalist. Humans have proven themselves to be so destructive, so mean-spirited, so evil, so hateful, causing all kinds of problems for their fellow human beings, that it has driven me as a dark-skinned black woman to become anti-natalist. In fact, antinatalism, as my title clearly says, antinatalism, y'all, is a humanitarian movement. Why? Because it prevents suffering. Ugh. I wish my mom and dad knew about antinatalism and would have given me the gift of not coming into existence. When you don't come into existence, you can't suffer. And I'm not talking about abortion, because if you are antinatalist, in my humble opinion, if you are an antinatalist, you understand that you can't have an abortion. Why? Because you never brought the being into existence. You didn't procreate. You didn't procreate a being to come into existence. So to me, antinatalism is by default anti-abortion. Because antinatalism, for those of you that don't know what it means, it just basically means that you believe that it is immoral to procreate. You believe that when a person procreates, they create suffering. And you want to stop all forms of human suffering as an antinatalist. That's why I said, and I believe in my heart, deep in my heart, I know that antinatalism is a humanitarian movement. And I didn't even know what antinatalism was. Like, I didn't know that it was like a word, antinatalism, to describe how I felt. But I've always felt this way. I've always felt that to prevent human suffering, people needed to stop procreating, because you create suffering by procreating. Do you guys not understand that? You do, Royce M? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. When you don't procreate, you can't suffer. A person, a human can't come into suffering because they didn't come into being. So that's why I believe that antinatalism is humanitarian, because it is innately anti-suffering. It's innately anti-suffering. And unless somebody can come up with a better strategy, a better movement to prevent human suffering, right now I'm rocking with antinatalism. Because I haven't heard, to be honest with y'all, y'all can drop it in the comment section. You guys can give me some ideas. Is there a movement on Earth, a viable movement on Earth to stop human suffering? Where is it? In fact, I've seen the opposite. I have a bachelor's in history and a master's in political science. And I'm not saying that in no way, shape, fashion, or form to brag. I don't need to brag to nobody. I'm not here to impress nobody. I don't got nothing to prove. We all just human beings just trying to make it. I was just telling y'all that to give some context. In my study of history, in my study of politics and political human interaction, all I saw was the opposite. All I saw was movements that support human suffering. Movements like wars and takeovers and imperialism and colonialism and manifest destiny and slavery and all these movements and economic systems and political systems that have in fact created human suffering. That's all I saw in my study of history and politics. Am I wrong? Am I lying? Am I wrong? I mean, y'all tell me. I've not seen peaceful, truly peaceful human movements that are fighting to end human suffering. I have seen the opposites. And that's why if you all you got to do is look at all the different revolutions. There's been a ton of revolutions, human revolutions that have been created by human catastrophes. All these revolutions, when you look at them, they're not humane. You know, the let's name some of them. The French Revolution, the Russian Revolution, the Iranian Revolution, the Haitian Revolution, the American Revolution. All the revolutions that have taken place in Latin America, for example. The Holocaust. You know, all these events in history have done nothing, in my opinion, than contribute to human suffering. They haven't stopped human suffering. They've caused human beings to suffer, which is what I would like to prevent. So if you have a viable movement that I can take a look at, that I can compare antinatalism to and say, well, okay, what are the pros and cons? By all means, drop that humanitarian movement in the comment section. Let's analyze it. Let's see if it truly prevents human suffering, because that's what I'm after. I'm after preventing people from suffering. The question is, how do we stop suffering? What do we mean by suffering? You know the answer to that. But if you don't know, examples of human suffering: racism, darkism, colorism, violence of any kind, dishonesty, brutality, police brutality, humans bringing harm in any shape, fashion, or form to other humans is causing suffering. You know, homelessness, poverty, abuse of any kind. All of these things are human suffering. Give me an alternative. How do we prevent human suffering? How do we prevent it? Nobody has given me any alternatives. People always complain when you bring forth a solution. They say, well, I don't like that. They come up with every reason in the book to discount it. But I never really see people come with a counter solution. What I do know, y'all, and I think you would agree with me on it, if a mom and a dad come together, or a boyfriend and a girlfriend, man and woman come together, and they get together but they do not procreate, then they have not created a baby which will turn into an adult that will suffer. They haven't. If they haven't procreated, they have not created a baby which turns into an adult that will suffer. They haven't created that if they haven't procreated. Buck Sis Short says, I just called out 2 of them. Don't worry, there's a group that prevents it. Really? Let me look at your comment because I didn't see that. I didn't see it. Okay. You said Amnesty International and effective altruism. Okay. I don't know what that is. I don't know what you mean by that. But I mean, it's worth looking into. Royce M says, I think black people to specifically advocating for y'all to protect black women union. Yeah, we do need protection as black women. But I think unborn human beings actually need more protection. And that's why I support antinatalism, because the way that you protect the unborn human beings is you don't procreate. That's how you protect them. You do not procreate in the first place. One of the greatest gifts that you can give to your future children is to not bring them into existence, is to not procreate. Because again, I can't stress this enough. They will not experience suffering. There's even in the Bible supports antinatalism. And I know it's kind of contradictory because the Bible also supports procreation. But there's a verse in the Bible, somewhere in Ecclesiastes, I believe, chapter 4. I don't know the exact verse, but I'm paraphrasing now. It says something to the effect of the people that are unborn will never know the evils under the sun. And I'm paraphrasing. Y'all can go look up that verse and read it yourself. Clearly, the Bible is in agreement with antinatalism. It's in Ecclesiastes chapter 4, and I don't remember what verse, but if you read Ecclesiastes chapter 4, you will see what I'm talking about. It's there. Okay? So I just get tired of seeing people suffer. I'm tired of seeing people, these homeless people, laying on the ground, on the concrete, sleeping on the floor, mental illness all over the place, running rampant. And then people the police, okay, I understand both sides. The police probably are not equipped to deal with people with mental illness, but a person with mental illness might go out and do something, talking loud or disrupting order, disorderly, whatever they doing. They're not really doing anything violent, but because they have mental illness and they don't have adequate treatment, guess what happens? They end up in jail and being criminalized. That is inhumane. But the babies that you say you want to have to create this family, guess what? That little baby could grow up into a human being and go through that. That little baby can grow up into a big adult and end up on drugs. That little baby can grow up and be abused in all kinds of ways. Y'all, you can't tell me that antinatalism isn't humanitarian. You cannot tell me it's not. My phone about to go dead, y'all, so I'm gonna have to get off of here. But I had to come on here and say some of this stuff, because this is what was on my heart early in the morning, y'all. Royce M says, we have to acknowledge the problem, but stop concentrating on problems. You perpetuate what you concentrate on. I don't see people focusing on a healthy environment. I just see people upset about issues. Well, I can agree with you on that part, Royce, because I think that we should focus more on the solution. And that's actually what I'm doing this morning. I'm giving you a solution. It's called antinatalism. With that being said, I'm going to get out of here, y'all. My website is darkskinactivist.com. darkskinactivist.com. Please make a donation to my Cash App. My Cash App is $RASHIDA'Lala. $RASHIDA'Lala. And you guys can find my Cash App in the description to this live. And I want to thank everybody for taking the time to watch. Even if you disagree with me, it's all good. My name is not Kobe. My name is Rashida. I'm not no man, and I wish you would stop doing that. Buck sis shorts. darkskinactivist.com. Once again, the Cash App is $RASHIDA'Lala. make a donation, support the world's first and only dark skin activist. Like the video and share the video. And I thank you all for watching, and I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of the day. That's it.